Now, next, the very latest on the Israel-Gaza war. The United Nations is warning that an even more hellish scenario is about to unfold in the Gaza Strip, with the World Health Organization saying the situation is getting worse by the hour. The Israeli military is intensifying its ground operations in the south with what it described as aggressive actions against Hamas and other armed groups in Khan Yunis. Well, this is what you're seeing now, the latest footage from the Israel Defense Forces. It's also released a video of ground troops moving through buildings shooting at Hamas in Gaza. We don't know where or when the footage was filmed, but take a look. Well, hospitals say they are overwhelmed with new arrivals. We want to show you some pictures from inside one hospital in Khan Yunis. A warning, however, you may find some of these images very distressing as they show injured children being treated on floors. Well, doctors and medical staff at the Nasser hospital say they are struggling to treat the influx of injured patients. You can see that very young patients are being treated on the floors. Ambulances and private cars are also being used to bring wounded people to the medical facility. Well, James Elder from UNICEF has recently returned from Gaza. He told us what he himself had witnessed.
Hospitals is absolute war zones. You know, blood streaming on the floor, children with multiple wounds, the burns, Gareth, you see on a little boy or girl, but the burns come with shrapnel. And then, of course, those people who are not in hospitals are fleeing. They're in panic. You know, every time you turn a corner, there's a new suburb that has 5,000 people who've made a makeshift home. They simply don't know where to go. There's an anxiety that is palpable among people because every time they move, they're moving to somewhere further away from those other essentials of life.
OK, well, with more developments on this, here's our Middle East correspondent, Yolan Nel.
More casualties pouring into this hospital in Khan Yunis this morning, even brought in by donkey cart. Medics struggling to find space for the dozens of wounded. Palestinians say more than 30 were killed in an Israeli strike and shelling close to a UN school, which was crowded with displaced people. They launched mortars at us at night. We were scared and didn't sleep, cries this boy. All night we were reading the Quran. On the move once again. Israel has issued evacuation orders affecting tens of thousands of Palestinians as it advances on Khan Yunis. And today, amid the intense fighting, many people who'd fled here from northern Gaza headed even further south.
Safety can only be provided by God. There's no safe place in Gaza. We were in Gaza City, in a place we were told would be safe. Then they brought us to Khan Yunis, and now from Khan Yunis to Rafah.
One UN official is accusing Israel of repeating horrors from past weeks. But Israel's military says it's taking time to plan more precise action in southern Gaza and stop innocent people being killed.
While we've been operating, we are ensuring that there is minimum harm to civilians, with soldiers on the ground going from building to building. We've been making, again, with everything we have at in our capabilities, every effort we can to facilitate the movement of civilians in the south in order to mitigate civilian casualties.
Israel says it's still fighting intense battles across the Gaza Strip as it attempts to topple Hamas. But as it heads into Khan Yunis, where it's believed top Hamas officials may be hiding underground, it's readying for some of its toughest combat yet.